The story of current ambitions to bring oil tankers to our north coast doesn't start in British Columbia. It starts across our fence in one of the dirtiest, most ecologically destructive, and fastest growing industries on the planet, Alberta's tar sands. Enabled by technological advances and skyrocketing oil prices, a sea of tar-soaked sand beneath northern Alberta is being transformed into record profits, a process which requires the elimination of vast expanses of boreal forest, the draining and polluting of freshwater reserves, and the emission of more global warming causing greenhouse gases than any other industry in Canada. Most of the oil from Alberta's tar sands flows into the US, either directly south, through Montana, or east, to the Ontario-Manitoba border. Some of the oil heads west, through Kinder Morgan's 50-year-old Trans Mountain pipeline, to a terminal in the Greater Vancouver area. But big money could be made by increasing the flow of oil across the Pacific to new markets such as China and India, and the port of Kitimat is closer to Asia than any other port in North America. This is why Alberta's tar sands companies eagerly await new projects, such as Enbridge's proposed Gateway, an 1,100-kilometer twin pipeline that would traverse several mountain ranges and cross over 1,000 streams and rivers. Enbridge has recently announced new funding to push the Gateway project through the regulatory process. The environmental impacts of these proposed pipelines would be severe, and for coastal British Columbians, the greatest concern stems from the fact that any crude oil pipeline built to BC's north coast, whether by Enbridge, Kinder Morgan, or any other company, would bring the first ever crude oil tankers to these northern inside waters. The Gateway project alone would require up to 5 tankers every week, either importing oil diluent or exporting crude oil. That's the equivalent of 240 tankers per year. And as history shows, where there's oil spills.